Hello and welcome to Britt and Toni Art. I'm Britt.
I'm Toni and welcome. And today we're going to be following on from our last session, which was leaves. And in the last session we painted some leaves, and today Britt and I are going to carry on layering up the pages of our leaves. So Britt, what are you going to be doing with your one?
I'm going to add some birds, and what I've done, I've printed out a few birds from photographs that I've taken, and I'm going to paint them onto the leaves, and I'll probably use some words. I like to use words.
I'm going to be doing sort of the junk journaling style of layering up today with the journal. So I've got some glitter here and some paint, and I've got some words. So I'm going to start off my page by doing a tab at the top with some ribbon. So I've got some pieces of ribbon, and what I like to do in my journals is I like to make some tabs. So just very simple, and I've just got a little collection of ribbons here. So I'm going to use this green ribbon, and I'm going to also add on top this green ribbon as well. So just literally gluing down the ribbon on one side of the page. And I don't mind my journal looking quite messy. So I'm just using some Pritt stick here, and then I'm just going to glue it on the other side of the page. And then I'm also going to use this little green ribbon as well. There we go. It does take a little while to dry, but it does work quite well. There we go. So I'm just going to leave that like that now for drying, and then I can add some glitter or some buttons on that as well.
So what I've decided to do is to use some of the bird photos I've taken. So these are my own photos, and then I used a program online that can change it into like a pattern that I can use. So I just use normal carbon paper. It might be difficult to see the birds because I got some dark colours, but I'm going to try up here where it's lighter. And I just trace this lovely hummingbird. And this is a hummingbird that I took a photo of when I was in Costa Rica quite a few years ago. So I love taking pictures of birds and plants and anything in nature, and use for some of my paintings and art. Right, I'm going to go over one more time. So I'm pressing quite hard just to make sure I can see it on the other side, on the page I mean. Here we go. And you can just see the wee kind of silhouette of that. So I'm going to paint that in, and then I'm going to put this other bird over here and maybe a few more.
Just going to use some gold paint now, just to do this on the leaves.
It's nice with kind of the 3D effect.
And when it dries really lovely. I've got some gold leaf here. I've had this packet for a very, very long time, but I'm just going to add some gold leaf.
So do you need glue with them, or you put them on there?
But I'm going to try and put it on here.
So obviously you have to do that before it has dried.
Yeah,
So
I'm just going to
glue.
going to give it a little bit of gold, and then I can add some more gold with the other glues as well, but I like to just have a little bit of gold on the leaf. Just going to use some just normal glue stick, and I'm just going to add some gold leaf here. I mean, you can use tweezers and things, can't you? But I just think it's quite nice to stick down all the gold.
That's gorgeous with the blue.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely, and I like the way that the pink and the blue came out as well.
Mm. So I'm going to start, I think, with Posca pens now to paint in the birds, and then I do some paint. What are you doing at the moment?
Well, I got given this little teapot the other day,
Yeah.
and on the end of the teapot was this little stopper, and I just thought it's a really great marker. So I've just got an ink pad, and I've got my little stopper, and I'm just going to make some circles on mine. I just like making marks.
It's great when you can use any old things for
That's right, we've got so many things in our
journals.
recycling bin as well that we can use. So how's it going with the bird?
Yes, it was. This one was a bit hard to see because there's so many colours of the leaves, but I've managed to trace it around. So I'm just using Posca pen now to do the silhouette, and then I'm going to colour it in. I think I'm going to use paint. Sometimes it's nice to use transparent paint so you can see the colours underneath as well. So I might do that instead of cover it all up. But yeah,
that's
I
really
might do
good.
a few more birds.
And that was from your own photograph, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
but
really
you can.
nice.
I mean, if you're not somebody who takes photos and uses them for your art, what you can do is to there are websites where you can have free templates and you can download them and cut them out or trace them like I have done. Yeah, you don't have to use your own photos.
So I'm just making some circles now, and the thing is that once I start, I think, oh, I'll just add another circle, but actually I'll just stop there. Just done enough circles now.
That's nice, brings it to life.
Yeah, so that's good. And then I've got a couple of words here which I'm going to add as well, and I've got some glitter and some bubble wrap. And bubble wrap is really good for pressing out some dots. So I'm going to
dots.
Dots.
So we put dogs in the leaves for.
No, so
dots.
Okay,
so
again, I can use the ink pad if I want to.
I might need to get my hearing tested.
And just press and see if it works. So it just gives a little bit of a difference of because bubble wrap is great, isn't it? Because it just gives a little bit of a different layer. I think it's just really great to sit down and do some art with a cup of tea. It's very relaxing.
Yes, indeed.
Here we go. So I've done the bubble wrap now. So I'm just going to put some glitter on.
I'm going to have some yellow on my bird. So I choose to paint in the bird, but you can just use crayons or pens or pastels. You know, it doesn't have to be paint. So I'm going to have a pink bird here, and I'm using some golden fluid paint, which is quite transparent, which I love because you can see a bit of the underneath. Can you see the colour of the leaf underneath? And I quite like that. I've got 2 birds so far. I might do more, I'm not sure. And then I might do some words as well. So here's my birdie.
I've been going through some magazines at home. I really like going through the magazines and just pulling out different quotes and different words. So I've just pulled these ones out, and I'm just going to add them now to my journal. So I'm just going to put this one here, just with a little bit of glue. And then I found this quote was quite nice. Be grateful for the simple yet important things in life.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I thought that was quite nice. So
yeah, words are powerful, and a lot of people use words in their art journals. You don't have to. You can write words, you can cut them out, you can print them out. But magazines are always a good place for words and pictures,
aren't they? I seem to use quite a lot of words from magazines in my journals, and I have got the little alphabet sets where you can do your own words, and that's nice too. But
Yeah, that takes a much longer time though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Print each letter, but that is nice.
But I do like little magazine quotes. So I'm just going to pop that there.
Nicely, Toni.
That's looking nice. And then I've got the word joy, and I have this desire to leave the world in a bit of a better place than I found it. So I think I might just put that. No, hopefully not. But I just thought this was quite a nice little quote to start my journal.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. There we go. Not sure who wrote that, but it's a very nice little quote. So I'm going to put that there. There we go. And I've also got the word joy, which I just think is quite a nice word for now. So I'm going to add that on as well. And then I'm going to go over some of these words with some pens in a moment as well.
So I've just printed out some words for today, and I'm going to use the word hope. And I've got a couple of quotes, and I'll pick one of them. I think I'm going to use, even a small piece of hope can shift the whole day.
Oh, like that's nice. Just going to add some buttons here. Oh, there we go.
So I'm just going to roughly do some grey on the tail. And the arm. It's a bit wet, that one. Paint all over my fingers as usual. Do you mind making so much noise with your buttons?
Just trying to find a few buttons.
There you go. I need some tissue to wipe that up. And I've cut out, so I think I'm going to use the word hope. I'll probably stick that there. And what do you think? Shall I have it as a whole one, or shall I cut it in two and have...
Oh, I quite like it when it's separated.
Separated, yeah.
But I think I agree. Do what you think's best.
Even a small piece of hope can shift the whole day. Oh yeah, no, I like that. And a bit more on the birds.
Yes, so I think mine is almost coming to an end now. I just like to just sort of go around the edges of the words a little bit more.
I'm just trying to make my bird a bit more visible.
Okay. I quite like it a bit smudged. There we go.
I've decided to fill in some of the leaves. Sometimes I like to have lots of white, but I thought, oh, it's quite nice to have some other colour, so I'm going to put a little bit of green around.
That's nice, actually, the way you filled in the leaf. That's really lovely.
And then I'm going to sort out the words, and then I think I'm done. There's a lot of water on there. Do that one. Just covering it so that not everything is white on the letterings. Oh, that's a bit thick. So that's when we have wet wipes, baby wipes. They are good for cleaning up messes. Okay. And then I'll finish it off like that. Okay, happy with that.
Well, thank you ever so much for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed the art session, and if you like what we've done today, please hit the subscribe button or leave us a comment and we can come back to you with a reply.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.